my people, before I push play, all I have to say is all of these so called black women out here now that are speaking, whether they're speaking for the growth of black families or speaking for the division of black families, why none of them seem to be able to scratch the surface or can't even tie this woman's shoes right here? This woman has written plenty of biographies, books. She's been on plenty of talk shows, and she has been breaking this down without using the European man or any other race to be involved in our lives when it comes to healing and taking care of ourselves. Why no woman see why people seems to have a problem with her? Now let me play this for you.
Hello and welcome to this special edition of Vibrations. I'm Raven Geary. Today on our program, one of the hottest properties making the talk show circuit, Shahrazad Ali. An established writer indeed, Ms. Ali is best known as the author of The Black Man's Guide to Understanding the Black Woman. A very controversial and, if I may say so, a very critical view of life of today's black woman. She joins us today in our studio, and of course we'd like to welcome you today to Vibrations.
Well, thank you, Raven, for inviting me.
Basically, it's your premise that the black woman is out of sync with the natural order of things. Can you explain that?
Well, it's a very sensitive subject, and certainly I believe that I have tried to approach it from a very sensitive angle. What I have actually said is that the black woman's disrespect and rebellion against the leadership and the authority of the black man is a direct cause of the breakdown in the black family structure. It's not an attack on us as black women. It's just saying that in the breakdown of any relationship, both parties have to take responsibility. And as black women, we have been protected and insulated from any kind of examination about what our share of the responsibility is in the breakdown of the black family. My book represents the first platform, certainly, that the black man has ever had to air his grievances about the black woman, because no one would ever listen to him. They have only listened to us.
Can you tell us a little bit about the book itself? What brought you to this point of having to sit down and use your pen to write this book?
Well, actually, it was my first book. In 1985, I authored How Not to Eat Pork or Life Without the Pig. And at that time, I was going around doing what I was calling Get Off That Hog lectures. And during my travels, I noted that I would take the microscope and show people how you can't kill the trichina worm in pork by cooking it. Heat was not destroying the worm, and I would show them, the difference, and demonstrate how FDA was now using radiation to try to kill the worms in pork because cooking was not working, which is what we had always been told. And during that time, a lot of black men were in agreement to get off eating pork. They wanted to change their eating habits, and they were happy to find out some information that might possibly save their lives. But it was black women who were the most adamant, who refused to change meal planning techniques, seasoning food, cooking techniques. And so I said, it's interesting. I said, if we are refusing to provide the black man with the proper physical food when we know that food is what sustains life, then what else are we withholding from him? Possibly there are some other areas, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, that we are affecting his behavior by what we do or what we withhold and refuse to give. And that led me to try to find out. We've always heard that the black man leaves the black family, abandons his woman and children, won't take care of the children, won't work, stays out all night, turns into a drunk, takes drugs. We've heard a lot of negative things. Most of them are true. But I wanted to find out what happens before he gets to that point. What leads up to the breakdown? We've never gone back to try to find out what happens in the relationship between the black man and a black woman that makes him go off and do all of these bad things. To assume that this is just normal, natural behavior for black men would be to assume that he is naturally bad. And I do not believe that the man that God gave to us as a mate is a naturally bad person. And so I wanted to try to examine what goes on with him. What's his side of the story?
Did a black man ask you to write this book?
Oh, no, certainly not. I think they were just as surprised as black women. Many of them approached the title of the book with a little apprehension because they have not had a champion. We have never had a black woman who actually stood up and said, I'm standing up for the black man's side of the story. We know what our side is, and both sides are true. we have done some very dreadful things to each other. And I don't exonerate black men, which is kind of a misconception that people have. I just say that we know his side. What about our side? And we do have a side. We have adopted some wrong standards. We are judging our men many times by the wrong value system. We are using his children sometimes against him. We have been told that the only benefit that a black man provides in a home is money, and if he does not give us money to take care of those kinds of financial provisions, that he has no value. And what my research has proven to me is that a black man, any man in any home, provides much more than financial support. The man provides guidance, instruction, discipline for the children, which we sorely need in our black homes. He provides gratification, fulfillment, protection. I mean, there's so many other values, and these values are the ones that are missing in our children today, which is why many black children are in the street, out of control themselves, disrespectful, don't have any regard for anyone. And most of us are scared of them, and everybody else is, because nobody has a way into them to try to gain any control over them. So I maintain that a return to traditional family values, certain clearly defined gender responsibilities for black men and black women in running a home and a relationship will help us to produce a better child. And if we produce a better child, certainly we'll have a better future and a better nation.
And saying all of
Absolutely. And this is the one thing that black women, so-called black females, I don't want to say, because there's a difference between a female and a woman. Black females can't stand this. This is honesty. This is truth. Who controls the development and growth of the brain of the child? Who comes first, man or woman? Woman come first, and then a boy, and then he grows up to become a male. I know y'all don't like this. I know y'all hate it. I know it's a problem, but guess what? Who's being released first by the universe right now? Who's being released first? You see the videos going around, the so-called black woman, she was crying, she was afraid because of what's happening with these immigrants that's coming over here into the United States. They killing animals right in front of your homes, and they're eating them. Your cat, your dogs, your ducks. They literally are eating them raw and killing them right in front of your homes in the neighborhoods. What do you think is going to take place in the future? Huh? The very near future at that. You don't understand that this is going to be 10 times worse than slavery, because during slavery, we had each other. This time right here where this reset is going on, we don't have each other's back. We're not supporting one another. So therefore, we are going to feel this great reset more than the other races of people are, even though they are feeling it right now with the lies, with the sun, and the fact that their system is falling and crumbling down to the ground. They no longer will be able to be distracted with what you call work, an economic system, a political system. They won't be distracted with none of that no more. They won't be able to use that as a distraction for themselves, whereas though they don't commit violent acts to one another. This is all happening, and it's happening fast. Paul.
I'm fucking safe here, bro. Like, everyone on TikTok, on Facebook, making these jokes to get everything fucking funny. Like, imagine you being homeless for a whole fucking year for no fucking reason. Like, what the fuck? This shit is not fun. This shit is not cool, bro. They really out here decapitating animals, and y'all are making jokes out of it. Imagine if you went outside and you saw your dog's head decapitated on the fucking ground. Like, why y'all thinking this shit's a joke? It's not a joke. I don't feel comfortable walking anywhere. Like, what the fuck? I should be able to feel safe in my own city. Everybody's fucking homeless out here. Ain't shit but fucking scary ass Haitians just lurking and creeping and shit. Y'all thinking this shit's motherfucking funny? Like, keep making this shit up. It's not made up, bro. This shit is real life. This shit is really so fucking...
I'm sure plenty of you have heard about this by now. J.D. Vance's racist cat-eating conspiracy theory. And as you can see, all the left-wing media outlets have run with it, making it a story. Like, what do you think that goal is? Obviously, to try to paint this man in a bad light, right? Let me show you where this story actually came from.
I really challenge you guys to get out here and do something. These Haitians are running into trash cans. They're running into buildings. They're running into... they flipping cars in the middle of the street. And I don't know how, like, y'all can be comfortable with this. Like, I don't know, like, who's getting paid from it. I honestly feel like someone's getting paid from it in the background. You got a bunch of people on a bus getting dropped off at a gas station to come down here. I know a single mom that FaceTimed me this morning at the welfare office that really need something. And it's nothing but immigrants over there. They're in the park grabbing up ducks by their neck and cutting their head off and walking off with them and eating them and it's going to get bigger and it's only going to get worse. And y'all sitting up there in these chairs, all y'all need to get out here and do something. Y'all making hundreds of thousands of dollars. Y'all need to put on a t-shirt and some Crocs, and then y'all need to come out here in these streets and y'all need to go out here and I'm out here before the police is. Like, y'all need to do something, bro. Y'all really got to stand on business. Y'all getting paid all this money just to wear a suit and sit in a chair. I think it's crazy, bro. That's where they come from and that's what they do. That's their country. I don't know what they got going on over there, but they can't do that over here. And if y'all just getting paid from it and then y'all ain't doing nothing about it, I think that's super weird, bro. Y'all got to stand on business. Y'all got to really, step up. It's lame, bro. For real.
Thank you for your comments.
Thank you.
Instead of actually.
What did you do? Why'd you kill the cat? Smile for me. Smile with your teeth. Go like this. Did you eat that cat? Did you eat it? No, why'd you kill it? Did you guys see all this?
No, we pulled up and she was just laying there with me.
Did you see her eating it?
Eating it.
She was eating it?
Yeah, she was.
You called Humane Society to see if they'll come pick this cat up. It's deceased. What did...
And y'all really think this shit's a joke that's going down? Y'all have the slightest idea. It's over 21 million undocumented people, and they put them in certain cities and states for a specific reason. For a specific reason. If the power was to go out right, and then here's the funny thing, right? Before I state that if the power was to go out right now, what would take place? How do undocumented immigrants, right, travel across, whether they went across the Atlantic or they went across the Pacific or they came through the Gulf of Mexico? How the fuck did they get the guns? That's the question. How did they get the guns? And that right there should tell you something. But again, you know what? I digress. I'm off my rocker. You know, the black man is crazy. Cool, not a problem. What you don't understand is that the worst thing the worst situation to be in with a species that's unnatural is that species know that it's dying and it has no way to survive. They trying to survive many different ways, thinking they're gonna procreate with us, thinking they gonna build underground bunkers, thinking that they're gonna be able to transfer their consciousness into AI. This is where artificial intelligence come in. This is where what's his name? Elon Musk, what's called Neurotech or Neuralink. This is him trying to put chips in so-called people's brains so that way that they can be able to operate their car or operate this. No, it's not. It's to be able to transfer their consciousness into a chip and put it inside of a artificial intelligent robot that will appear and look and speak human, but it's not. Wake up to the truth, my people. Abundance and gratitude to you all. Or you know what? That's up to you. Stay where you want. Stay where you at.